Hey guys, TK1138 here, and it is a rainy Memorial Day. I had intended to go outside and shoot some videos for how I drill to get ready for Endwar, mag loads, mag reloads, aiming, all that sort of stuff. But because it's a nice rainy day, I'm getting some workshop stuff done, including getting my mags ready for Endwar. That's right, my mags ready for Endwar. Now I do regular mag maintenance to my stick 18s about every other war. But you know, with Endwar coming up, I want to make sure they are nice and clean and ready to go. Now, the leading issues of feeding issues or jams in magazines is due to material on the inside or poor maintenance. Most people don't even know you're supposed to maintain these magazines, and really, I guess you don't have to, but it does help increase the performance of them in terms of how reliable they are. Now, I've actually got two mags here. This one I'm actually gonna get rid of because it's dead, and I'll explain why it's dead. But in the meantime, we're going to go ahead and get ready to clean the mags. You can do this at home. This is not usually how I do it, but I wanted to do something that you guys can make yourself. So what I have is my my workshop blade, a pair of snips, some zip ties or cable binders, a painter stick from Home Depot, a clean sock, color does not matter, a little piece of dowel, though you can just use a second one of these, and a mag. So what we're going to be first doing is cleaning any debris out of there. For those people who use flywheels, when the dart actually hits the wheels, it creates a lot of debris. So you'll see that around flywheel cages and whatnot. But some of that gets in your mag and can kind of gunk it up. So we're going to actually go ahead and clean that stuff out of the mags before we lubricate them. So this part is definitely done better with scissors, but yeah, I don't have my scissors down here. So all I'm doing right now is cutting off a good chunk of sock. Yay, sock. Close my blade so I don't cut myself again, and we'll come back for the rest of that sock in a little bit. Now what we have is this little sock hat. What I'm going to do, I'm going to take my paint stir, put it on one end, my little sock hat, and I'm going to wrap it around a couple good times so it's nice and tight. And take my cable binder, gonna bind it on there so it stays on, and then cut off the extra. Nice and good to go. All right. So now what we're gonna be using to clean it is a white mineral spirits. It's not too detrimental to the plastic. That nonetheless, it's probably good not to do this in a very tight confined space. It does have a smell to it. But then all you want to do is get some on your cleanie rag or all over your work surface if you're in a hurry. So now what I have is my magazine. Gonna take my dowel and I'm gonna push the feeder all the way down and then take my cleaning thing, work it in there, and I'm just gonna wipe down the inside of the mag. Now the most important parts to clean are going to be along the narrow sides of your mag, but it doesn't hurt to just give a nice general cleaning all over. Oh, there you go. Once you've gotten that side, take your dowel, switch it over there so you can clean the other end. See, it doesn't look terribly dirty, but all that stuff inside your mag can lead to some issues. So, all right. Now we're going to let that dry for a second. It will evaporate fairly quickly. I'm just going to go ahead and use some of this sock. Clean that up. Again, if you're smart, don't make a mess. You can just pour it out, but whatever. Anyway, so now that our mag is clean, we're going to let it sit there for a minute, and we're going to talk about lubricants. Now, you're not just going to WD-40 your magazine. Really not a terrific idea. I use a silicone lubricant. It's good to use a dry lubricant. It'll say it on there, it'll say dry or whatever, because you don't want to get too much lube in your motors or on your wheels, because the whole point of a flywheel is that it grips the dart and it shoots it. If the dart's lubricated, it's not going to shoot very well. So you really want to minimize the amount of lubricant you get on there. Now, to do it again, it is unwise. Well, there's two ways to do it. If you're in a real big hurry, you can spray in the mag. However, I'm going to be completely honest with you guys. That is not a terribly recommended method. Especially like spraying in a mag and then anticipating using it right away. It just doesn't work. But it's fast, I guess. What I'm going to do is I'm going to do exactly what I did before. These little strings. Now that I've got this here, I'm going to take my Sharpie and I'm going to write a C right there for clean and an L right there for lube. Why? I don't know. I just don't like mixing them too much. So I do that. In case you're wondering what I usually use, I actually have an old gun cleaning kit. And I'll typically just use that and the little soft brushes on there. But again, I wanted you guys to be able to do this on your own. Boop, clean, lube, clean, lube. So our mag, feeling nice and dry on the inside. We're going to take some of our lubricant, and I'm only going to really spray it right about here. Also going to apparently make a terrible mess on my workbench, but that's why it's nice to have a workbench. Now I'm really going to lubricate these sides here, because what you have is your follower typically will start rubbing at the top and bottom if it has any sort of issues. So once again, going to grab my dowel, depress the follower all the way down, take my lubey end, and I'm just going to lubricate up and down along that side. Then again, switch sides, refeed it, and clean. Oh, lube. Now, it's a nice lubricated mag. Typically, I also just for funsies like to put my dowel back in there and shoot it out. That's how you know you got a still good spring in there. And on the subject of good springs, I'm going to explain mag number 4 here. Now, mag number 4 and I have had a good history. These mags all went with me to Endwar 17. That's why they all have my little logo, and they're white, they're vinyl dyed, and the numbers. But unfortunately, over the following year, some of them just die. That's because most of these are thrifted Stampede mags and whatever. You can tell based off how the dot pattern is. But yeah, so the spring in here has just kind of not survived too terribly long. So what you'll notice is the pusher is a little soft. Like on this one, you push it down and it comes back up. It's in there. But on this one, it's just kind of whatever, you know. Now, don't let these mags fool you. You'll still be able to fill them, sure, but they won't always shoot consistently, or the follower will get stuck down there and just like that. And then you'll have darts in here and you got to start squeezing on it. It's annoying. Now, for PvP, you might be able to get away with it, but for Endwar, where, you know, having a jam or a mag issue can be a matter of life and death, best to avoid it. So that's why mag number 4 and I believe 12 are gone, and I'm keeping all the rest. Now, of course, now that I've lubricated, it is good just to sit there and work the follower a little bit, just to make sure you're getting lubricant above and below the follower so you have a nice, easier slide. And that's about it. That's how I maintain my mags. I do it again about every other war. I'd recommend at least doing it once a year, or like, you know, just before the start of your nerf season or whatever you do. But anyways, guys, I appreciate you sticking around. I'm going to go ahead and do the rest of my mags and get them ready for Endwar. See you guys later.